What's down, fam? It's your boy Slim South 504. Make sure y'all subscribe to Hooded Juke. You heard me? Let's go.
What's up, folks? This is Shoshano Barnes, and you already know this shit more than a game, man. You also already know that it's NOLA versus all y'all. And you also know that it ain't YouTube if you ain't subscribed to my dog, Hoodie Juke. Come on, man, what are you waiting for? You already know. It's still Who Dat.
What up, family? This your boy DeRight, repping that Who Dat Nation all the way here in Florida. If it's YouTube, you gotta subscribe to my boy Hoodie Juke.
What's up, world? It's your boy Carlos Clayton. I'm the host of Uneducated Sports Talk. Subscribe to the big homie Hoodie Juke for everything New Orleans Saints. Who Dat?
Hey, this your boy, Dog 17, the host of the Keeping It Real Who Dat Sports Podcast. Just want to remind y'all, go ahead and subscribe to my homie Hoodie Juke's channel. And like always, love.
What's good, guys? My name is Zach.
And I'm Nonfiction, and we are Real Fan Sports.
And you need to stop what you're doing right now. Hit that subscribe button and subscribe to your boy, Hoodie Juby.
Hoodie Juby.
What's good, Who Dat Nation, man? I hope everybody's having an amazing night, because tonight's episode, we're going to be talking about the receiver room, and we're also going to be talking about some receivers that are still left in the free agency and see if they worth signing or not, or do we stick with what we have and see how we roll in the first season under Kellen Moore. We're going to talk about it all, so make sure you grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's talk some Saints football, baby.
Yeah. We in the zone, watch the Saints rise. Kellen Moore's game plan, yes, no surprise. Rashid Shaheed flying, catching that light. Chris Lawrence magic, making defenses fright. Hoodie Jube on the screen, we hype it up. Saints Nation stand tall, never gonna give up. Saints on a mission, watch them take flight. In the dome under lights, it's a beautiful night. Championship dreams, we're ready to score. With Hoodie Jube and the crew, we're wanting more. Demario Davis bringing a tackle heat. Cam Jordan rushing, can't escape defeat. Tyrann Mathieu lurking, he's a defensive ghost. New era in New Orleans, yeah, we want it the most. Touchdowns on the board, the crowd goes wild. Feel the energy surge like a hyped up child. Saints on a mission, watch them take flight. In the dome under lights, it's a beautiful night. Championship dreams, we're ready to score. With Hoodie Jube and the crew, we're wanting more. So here's to the Saints, let the victory blow. Red Coast, we pop with the San Diego.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Hoodie Jube, and we are back with another live podcast. And for those who don't know, y'all will know, there's no YouTube without your boy Hoodie Jube, y'all. I hope everybody's having an amazing night, because your boy's having an amazing night, and he is ready to talk some Saints football, baby. But let's give a shout out to everybody that's in the chat real quick. I see my brother Jerry, the OG, in the building. We got my guy J-Dog in the building. Who that to you, J-Dog? We also got the NOLA Chop Podcast. Kai the Great. Who that to you? We got Hurricane Mike in the building, and he said, I'm 16 today. Who that? Well, happy birthday, Hurricane Mike. Just take it easy on us. Don't be rocking us like a hurricane tonight. I know it's your birthday, but we're gonna bring you on as well, and we're gonna let you talk with us as well tonight. So happy birthday to you. I see Brooke in the chat. Who that to you? We got Tim Dunn in the building. Who that to you? Let's see who else we got up in this thing. We got Daniel in the building. Who that to you? We got Mad Drummer. Who that to you? We also got T in the building. Who that to you? And shout out to everybody that is coming on in, whether you're coming in from the YouTube side, the Facebook side, or the Twitter/X side. So shout out to everybody. Make sure y'all hit that like button as y'all coming on in. Hit the subscribe button if you are new, and also hit the follow button if you are new on the Twitter side as well. But we're about to talk some football tonight, especially about the receiver room. But before we do that, I got a special guest that's coming on. Y'all might know him. No, I'm just joking. Y'all know him already. Come on, man. He's been on here a bunch of times. You might know him from the Twitter/X side. You also might know him by his name, Soul Man. And if you don't know him by Soul Man, well, damn, he's just a sports reporter in general, so you should know him anyway. Let's bring him, Logan.
What's going on, Hoodie? Thanks for having me on yet again.
Yes, sir. No problem, man. Like I said, you're always welcome. Like I said, we always need somebody that's like you, that's got the football knowledge, that's got it better than me, that's got the insights, and all. And at the end of the day, everybody knows that that you had the interview the other day, so I let them know it's going great, man. So that's a great thing, So shout out for Logan, man. He should be hopefully, like you said, finger crossed, be getting that job that he's been wanting for a while. So shout out to him. Also, we got one person in the back as well waiting to get on. This is the other co-host for tonight as well. And you might know this person. No, just joking. I should know this person as well. If you don't, then go hit the subscribe button over there. He is the host of the Keeping It Real Who Dat podcast. He always got the famous saying, "Come on in, take a seat, put your feet up, grab a drink, and let's talk some Saints football." You know who it is. It's my guy, Dog Jackson.
Hoodie, Logan, what's going on, family? A good who that to you, baby.
What up, Dolph? How you doing tonight?
There it is.
I'm doing good, man. Yeah, I'm hearing the echo too. Is that me?
I don't know. I don't
hear an echo.
Let me see.
I don't hear an echo.
I thought that probably was on my end.
Oh.
How's everybody doing tonight, baby?
To be honest with you, I think we all doing good. And I don't know if you heard me in the chat, heard me just saying it, but Hurricane Mike is in the chat, and today's his birthday, man. He's 16, man.
Wow, Hurricane Mike 16.
Yeah.
Time flies, man.
Time flies.
Yeah, I remember when I was 16. Good God.
Yeah, man.
Feels like it was yesterday, but don't tell my knees and back that.
Don't do it, Mike. Don't do it.
Well, Dolph and Logan, let's get this show on the road. And, basically the topic for tonight is, the receiving room. And we want to talk about, will the Saints look into free agency to add anybody big? Because you notice with the undrafted free agent players, they only signed 2, and both of them ain't the big body, physical names. They speed, fast, maybe another, basically a Rasheed Shaheed / Deontay Hardy kind of guy, undrafted free agent, very good with the speed, probably going to be used on special teams, etc. So there are a few receivers that I went back and looked at. I went to look it up on Bleacher Report, and they showed the top 10 people they got out there right now available to sign. All right, so here are a few of them, and I wanted to see what y'all thoughts are on it. Right, so number one of the receivers that they had up here was Elijah Moore, age 25, 200 catches. He's got over 2,000 yards and 9 touchdowns through 4 seasons. And if you go look at his thing, he's consistent with at least getting more than 500 per year, which is, it's hard to find receivers nowadays that can just be consistent, and so far he's been consistent by at least getting 500 or more yards per year. Let me ask you this. I'm gonna start off with Logan. What do you think of a guy like Elijah Moore?
I've always been kind of a fan of Elijah Moore's. I mean, he's bounced around a little bit in his his short, young NFL career, but I mean, in my personal opinion, I don't think he really fits what the Saints need at the moment. I mean, the Saints are looking for a big body wide receiver, and Elijah Moore just kind of doesn't fit that role because he's 5'10", and right now the tallest receiver that we have on the roster is Bub Memes and Velus Jones. And we don't even know how Velus Jones is going to be used. Is he going to be used like a Cordell Patterson, or is he whatever Kellen Moore wants? And then after that, Bub Memes. I mean, I'm extremely high on Bub Memes. I think with more reps out there, I think Bub Memes could be great. But as for Elijah Moore, I don't think he fits what the Saints need right now. Now, if they wanted to go out and get him, I wouldn't hate it, but
What you think, Dolph?
Like Logan, man, I've been a fan of Elijah Moore. But it's almost like I know some people say that he hasn't lived up to high expectations, but you got to remember when he was in Cleveland, you know, who his counterpart was. You had Amari Cooper, and then last year they brought in Judy. So, but every time I watched the Cleveland Browns game, Elijah Moore was productive when the ball came his way. But like Logan said, he kind of fits the mold of what the Saints have right now. So the Saints, they say they were a couple of receivers that they were looking at in the draft, but things just didn't fall the right way. Elijah Moore, I like him. Another guy I want to throw out, if I can, Hoodie, would be veteran, age 30, former Bingo and Tennessee Titan, Tyler Boyd.
Okay. I didn't realize he was still available as well.
Yeah, he's still available. And from Baton Rouge, a guy that the Saints wanted when he was coming out, Logan may could speak a little bit more about Terrence Marshall. He's just 25.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Terrace Marshall signed with the Philadelphia Eagles, unfortunately for us, because I always thought, why the heck don't the Saints go out and just take a flyer on Terrace Marshall? I mean, it didn't work out in Carolina, and I think he was in San Francisco for a short period of time, for a cup of coffee, as they say, but he just recently signed with Philly, and it seems like Philly gets everybody. If you look at their draft, I absolutely hate it so much that they're basically putting Avengers together on defense. I mean, they already got Vic Fangio, top 3 greatest defensive mind of all time. Then you get Jihad Campbell and Shmuel Molden at linebacker. And here I go rambling about that. But Terrace Marshall, I would have loved to go get, but he signed with the Eagles. Now, as for Tyler Boyd, I don't off the top of my head know his height, but I wouldn't hate Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd, but the Bengals was very productive. I mean, especially basically playing second fiddle to Jamar Chase, I mean, as one would do. So, I mean, wouldn't hate that either. The Saints really do need a big body wide receiver, but the bad part is I don't think they're going to be able to find one in free agency.
There's one still there, though.
They're still there, but it just feels like, you know, if they wanted them, they could have got them by now. That's just my opinion. Because if you think about, I mean, you have 2 coaches. I mean, and I know Hoodie's going to probably bring up this name shortly, but you have 2 coaches on the roster that, I mean, on the staff that coached this wide receiver, and he's still out there as a free agent. And you would think if there was interest there, they would have already got him. And Hurricane Mike is saying Tyler Boyd is 6'2". Thank you for that, Hurricane Mike. I mean, that works right there. Tyler Boyd, 6'2". I mean, that's a big body wide receiver. But I guess going off of Amari Cooper, always loved Amari Cooper. It feels like he's older than 30, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like he's almost pushing 40 because it feels like he's been in the league for ages. But I wouldn't mind Amari Cooper. If there was ever a receiver that I wouldn't mind outside of, like, you know, a lot the three that we're going to discuss, then I wouldn't mind Amari Cooper. 30 isn't bad. He's a big body wide receiver that you need, and in a veteran room, he would be another veteran in the room. I mean, Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, I mean Brandon Cooks, and then Amari Cooper. If you're throwing those four out there, I'd be okay with that. I mean, I'm sure Tyler Shugg or Spencer Rattler, whoever is throwing the ball to him, would absolutely like having an Amari Cooper in the wide receiver room.
I bet so. What about you, Dolph? What you think about Amari Cooper?
I don't know, man. It's still strange to me the way that he was used or not used last year in Buffalo. And so I don't know what's going on there. I knew he wasn't injured, but it's just like his usage. They really didn't use him last year. If the price is right and if he was willing to come in and understand that, hell, I was about to say that he's not the man at wide receiver. Hell, he come in, he may be. I love Chris Olave, but Chris Olave is yet to establish himself as a bona fide number one receiver in this league. He's a high end number two, right on the cusp. But consistency and staying healthy, he must be able to do that this year to take that next step, in my opinion.
Okay. And then we got one more receiver that, caught my, eyes that I said, okay, he's a veteran and we can use him as well. Everybody should know this person, and I know some of the people in the chat are already missing his name. So let's bring him on. Mr. Keenan Allen. What y'all think of Keenan Allen?
I'm with Dolph. I'd love it. I really would. But in my honest opinion, I truly think he's waiting for the Chicago Bears to call him back. Even the Chargers to call him back, I don't think New Orleans really is a realistic option because, like I said, Kellen Moore was his OC for a year with the Chargers, and Brandon Staley was his head coach, and he's now the DC here in New Orleans. And with those two connections, if he has no interest – if there's no interest there at all, then I just don't see a world where Keenan Allen is on the New Orleans Saints at all. I just truly believe he's waiting for Chicago to call him back because looking at social media, he's always with Caleb Williams and some of the Chicago Bears players, it seems like, and he's a free agent. To repeat myself, I just think he's waiting for the Bears to call him back. And honestly, with Keenan Allen and Amari Cooper, I honestly do not think we can afford either. They're probably going to be asking for an arm and a leg and salary, and we don't really have a ton of room to really play with because after you sign your 9 rookies to rookie deals, then you really don't have much room, margin for error. And as much as I would love Keenan Allen, he's perfect. I mean, He's perfect for what you need in this room right now. Like, he would probably be the final piece, and then you can go into the season with Tyler Shugg or Spencer Rattler as your starter and feel a little bit more comfortable. But realistically, I just can't see a world where they can go get him.
What you think, Dolph?
I'm with Logan. I would love to have Keenan Allen. Last year, 70 receptions, 744 yards, 7 touchdowns. Average 10.6 yards per reception at the age of 33. I mean, highly productive. Had a rookie quarterback last year. Toward the end of the season, you can see him and the young quarterback in Chicago, Caleb Williams, start to get that chemistry down. And like Logan said, he may be waiting for Chicago to call, but my thing is, will Chicago call? That's the thing. Will they come a knocking again?
That's the real question. Will they call?
Yeah.
We don't know. We really don't know, to be honest. But kind of to go back to the Elijah Moore pick. I know how we was talking about. He doesn't fit the style player that you need. Like the big body receiver and all. The one thing I did read up on Bleacher Report earlier, they said he is a physical, receiver, so he does get physical with you. So we do need somebody that can be physical. Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed and Brandon Cooks are all fast people. They're not physical with you, So he could fit the scheme, if he looking for a home. And also, just think about it. I don't think we had one good season yet from Olave where he didn't get hurt at least in a game or two, and so he's coming off an injury. So to be honest, I would be adding him just to bring more just in case, for safety reason because of concussion, that we keep getting, or if Rasheed Shaheed is hurt again or just not fully ready yet, I would definitely bring him on just for what you want to call it, a bandage, I guess, just in case. I'll call him the first aid kit, just in case somebody does, go down. You can use him, but at the same time, he can be your starter as well, and you'll still have him that's part of a veteran, and also you're gonna have your older veteran and Brandon Cooks that's in the office as now, So,
Guys, I'm sorry, Hoodie. Go ahead.
No, you go. You can go.
I was gonna say there's a veteran that we all are overlooking that's on the roster. I think last year many of us expected more on him, but it was kind of disappointing the season that he had. Could have been the system last year. Cedric Wilson is still on this team. They re-signed Cedric Wilson as that veteran. What's y'all thoughts about Cedric Wilson? I always liked Cedric Wilson.
I'm with you on that, Dolphin. I always liked him when he was in Dallas. I was like, okay, whenever he was a free agent before he signed with the Miami Dolphins, I'm like, you got to go get this guy. He would be perfect. But it just seems like going to Miami, getting an increased role with Miami, that it didn't work out. Then he comes here, and maybe it was the system, but I don't know if I would. I mean, I'm not saying he's not good, but I just don't think he fits here. And if Kellen Moore's going, Kellen Moore probably is keeping him due to the familiarity with the Cowboys because he was there.
That's where I was going.
With Cedric Wilson. Maybe he does better now with Kellen Moore there, but I wouldn't hate it. I'm starting to get the feeling that, Kellen Moore is just going to roll with this wide receiver room, even though we heard Mickey saying that they're going to try to address wide receiver. Wish they would have did that in the draft itself when they had opportunities to. But I just think you're probably going to see them roll with this wide receiver room that they have right now, which I'm sure a lot of people don't want to hear that, but that's just my feeling on the whole thing.
Yeah.
I like what Caleb, Mally Mouse said. He said you should have kept MVS. I think we could have kept him as well, but he decided to go. Who he go to? The Seahawks, right?
Yeah,
Seahawks with Clint Kubiak.
Yeah, he followed Kubiak.
Yeah, with Clint Kubiak. Yeah, he followed Kubiak. So I don't know.
Can you blame him?
Like you said, maybe. No, I don't blame him. You come in the middle of the season for us, and next thing you know, you scoring all these touchdowns, and you're the one being called. You getting your name called. So, and to be honest with you, who does the Seahawks have besides JSN? Because I think Tyler Lockett and Metcalf are gone now. So now you just got JSN and who? And who's your next target? Is it gonna be MVS or is there somebody else they signed?
Jalen Milroe.
Oh, Cooper Kupp, huh?
Yeah, Cooper Kupp went home. So.
So Cooper Kupp, JSN, and then MVS.
In the wild.
And then you could throw Jalen Milroe out there in that receiver room. Get him a pair of gloves.
Yeah, get him a pair of gloves. Just get the ball in that kid's hand.
That's all you gotta do, man. When you got a player like that, and what do y'all think? Y'all think Moreau is gonna turn into the future Taysom Hill, or do you think he's actually gonna have some success at quarterback, depending on the quarter? The quarterback, the offensive scheme they run with him.
No one's ever going to be a Taysom Hill. I get what people are saying in that little, Swiss Army knife role, but I can't see Jalen Milroe going out there blocking defensive ends or, going down there on special teams, on kickoff, punt return, punt team, being in those positions. I just can't see that at all. Now, maybe throwing him out there like, as a slot receiver or running back in general, but as a Taysom Hill, I just can't see it. Taysom Hill's like, a modern day Frank Gifford, like a 1950s NFL football player. So you'll never see that again. Many people are going to try to replicate that, but you can only catch lightning in a bottle once in a lifetime, and that's what Taysom Hill is.
Yeah.
If I may, guys. Go back to that Cedric Wilson. What Logan said, and with the familiarity with him and Kellen Moore, he had his best season with Kellen Moore. I think that was the main reason he re-signed with the Saints. Kellen Moore knows what makes Cedric Wilson tick. So
Mhm.
now you got a coach that you had your best seasons with in the building now. This is your second season here. I think the veteran's here. I think he's here. I think I'm looking for a bounce back season from Cedric Wilson. Now, last year, Cedric Wilson was only targeted. Last year, he was targeted 27 times. He caught 20 passes for 211 yards, average 10.6 a catch and 1 touchdown. Okay, was that Cedric Wilson? Was that the offense that he was in? I know what I saw from this kid when he was in Dallas, when he was playing, when Kellen Moore was his offensive coordinator. And listen, he's 6'2", 197 pounds. I just think that Cedric Wilson, the Cedric Wilson we thought we were getting last year, I'm holding out hope that we can get that Cedric Wilson this year because of him being reunited with Kellen Moore.
I respect it. I mean, it all just depends because, like you said, was it the scheme or was it not the scheme? You know, at the end of the day, when we watched him last year, it just seemed like he wasn't productive. You know, to us, you know, it didn't seem like he fitted. But then, like you said, he got re-signed, so he does know Kellen Moore, you know, from the Cowboys as well. So we'll see how everything rolls. And like we said, Amari Cooper has, you know, familiarity with him as well. You know, I think Kellen Moore from when he went to the Cowboys and he was playing with him as well, I think so. I mean, they all, like all the players were named besides, I think, Elijah Moore, right? He's the only one that don't have the, you know, I don't think he ever had Kellen Moore, right?
No, he has not.
No,
Yeah. Yeah, so he never had him. So that's the only person that you can say, okay, I probably don't see him signing with the Saints. But anybody else that does have that, you know, relationship with him and, you know, was coached by them before, whether it was the offensive coordinator, you know, from the Cowboys or from the Chargers, if you got a relationship with him, you know, that's a good chance of somebody actually signing with him, you know. But the question is, how good was Keenan Allen, you know, and Cooper when they were under Kellen Moore? You know, was they used right or what? Like, I don't know because I haven't really did my research on that.
Oh yes, in Dallas, yes, most definitely. That I believe under Kellen Moore before they had one of the top scoring offenses. I think Dak has one of his best seasons under Kellen Moore. Most definitely, man. Listen, I'm really intrigued to see how Coach Moore is going to use the young talented receivers that we have. I'm really interested to see how he's going to use Rashid Shaheed. Is he going to open up, help this young man to blossom even more as a offensive weapon for the Saints? I don't think he was used enough as a weapon for the Saints other than on goal patterns, just running by people. I think he has much more than that to his game. I think he's an underrated route runner. I really think Rashid Shaheed still has a high ceiling. He hasn't reached the heights of his talents yet. He still has a lot of room that he can grow, and that's scary.
Oh yeah,
Don't fit it on the nose.
Especially being undrafted too.
Yeah,
being an undrafted player, and I think the only other receiver I seen that I thought was still available, but I think he recently signed back to his team was Nelson Aguilar, because you know him with the Ravens was looking good as well. So I was thinking like maybe, but I think he signed a 1-year deal with the Ravens again, so I think he's back on their roster as well. But like I said, there ain't that many names left, and that's why I kind of feel like I'm on Logan's side now, kind of like I think we about to roll in there with what we got because you ain't got too many, you know, names left. Now, I know this, you know, podcast and the thumbnail says, you know, receivers, so we're going to talk about that still, but I just want to kind of switch a little bit. There were some veteran interior linemen still available, like Dalton Risner, I think his name is, and who was the other guy? Brandon Scrouff or whatever his name is from the Jazz. I forgot his last name. Brandon
Sheriff.
Yeah, him. He's available still. So, like, there's a lot of people out there that's still available that we can use for a veteran guard if you feel like one of these guys ain't going to make it. You know, if you don't think if you're going to move Penning out, put, you know, Fuago back where he goes, and you're going to put Banks at the left where he belongs, then maybe Penning goes to left guard. If he doesn't fit there, there are veteran people out there still that's still available that, Saints could use if you want to, get that O-line ready because, like we said, we all hoping that Tyler Suggs can do it. And we also cheering for Spencer Rattler to get his second chance as well. So you saw what the O-line looked like and you saw what the weapons looked like last year for Spencer Rattler. So all we need is a better O-line, which is what we did, which that's why I was saying I was mad at first when I seen the first pick. But as, the night went on and I was watching the draft even more on night one, I'm like, well, it makes sense because we didn't pick up the fifth-year option for Penning. So he could be out the door, so you do need another tackle. And I said, but then again, if Derek Carr's, shoulder injuries and things happening and he's not going to be back and he's most likely gone now, well, who the heck's going to protect this damn young quarterback in Spencer Rattler or if they was to draft somebody like Shedeur, So when I seen them go with offensive tackle, I said, okay, it kind of makes sense now, It does make sense to me. Now you're going to try to, straighten that O-line and hopefully gives your quarterback, instead of 1.5 seconds to pass last year, maybe you'll get him 3 to 4 seconds to pass this time, and actually get him to read and scan the field. And Dolph, I remember you having a interview with Tyler Suggs. I just wanted to ask you, like, what was it like, talking to him? Like, how did, like, interviewing him, what kind of person is he when you was kind of, talking to him? Like, what kind of person kind of came off? How did he come off towards you?
Well, during the whole week down there in Mobile, man, Zach and myself, man, he caught our attention, man. First, the way from the stature, he's a big kid, and he can spin that ball, man, and he looked very impressive. Talking to him, he's a passionate kid. He seems like a kid that he loves football. And listen, you heard his tweet today. Was it a tweet on X when he said, "Hey, he's ready to die for New Orleans"? Listen, the kid comes. He's passionate. He can make every throw. The things that I asked him was about his footwork. I asked him if leaving here today, what is one thing if you was a GM or a scout that you would say Tyler need to work on? And he said his footwork. So this week I'm gonna probably say I'm gonna be dropping I'm gonna go live, but it's gonna be like a film study and live stream exclusively on Tyler Suggs. We're gonna look at his footwork, we're gonna look at some games that he played. And now the one thing that I would like to see him just from the films that I have watched, sometimes when that pressure comes, he panics sometime in the pocket.
Oh yeah.
So he's definitely now. Could that be from his injury history? A little shell shock. It could be, but I don't believe it's nothing that he cannot overcome with good coaching. And listen, you just got to trust the work that you put in. Trust the work that that you've done to your body, and just go out there and play free. When the kid has a clean pocket, he's good. He's really good. So yeah, but real good kid, passionate kid, and listen, he brings that. He got a little swag to him too, man. He got a little swag to him too, man. So yeah, real good kid, man.
I do want to ask y'all both this question. I know Logan knows a little bit probably about, Tyler Suggs, I've been hearing it a lot from like a lot of different reporters, you hear them on the talk shows like Louis Riddick and all them. You hear all these different people talking pretty positive about Tyler Suggs. And the number one thing that they say that they really like about him and why he's, NFL ready compared to some quarterbacks that came in, that got drafted after him, is because he knows how to read and scan the field. Like he reads through, every, receiver. He don't just stare at one receiver the whole time. I heard that he actually does look through his, his receivers and looking through each one to see who's the best one to go through, which is a good thing because some quarterbacks, when they come into the league, they just look at that one receiver and their eyes are stuck on that person, and they usually don't go through the progression like that. So I was just curious, Logan or Dolph, either one can answer, is that true? Is that, some of his game, that's what he's really good at, is actually scanning the field?
Well, I can kind of bounce off of Dolph a little bit. I mean, he does, but then he's got to get better at it because, like Dolph says, he panics when there's pressure on him. And I truly do believe that it is shell shock from his many injuries, not just the one. I'm pretty sure he had 3 devastating injuries, and it's probably traumatic. But he's not like he is a sneaky athlete, but he's not the greatest athlete. Now, he does have an arm. He comes from before Louisville when he was at Texas Tech. That was probably the system that he probably fit the best because it was an air raid system. Mike Leach wasn't there, but Texas Tech still runs that Mike Leach air raid system, and Shug, when he was healthy, was doing fairly well there. So I would think Kellen Moore would probably try to do a little bit of air raid things like you see, like Washington does with Cliff Kingsbury. The one thing I can say, like I said on the show a few days ago, if I can comp him to anybody, his ceiling is Nick Foles. And I don't think that's a horrible comp. I mean, because the 2 stints that he had in Philly, if we get first stint Nick Foles in Philly with Tyler Shug, then that's a win in my book because 2013 Nick Foles was a Pro Bowler and once threw 7 touchdowns in the game. So if Tyler Shug can be that as a ceiling, then I'm for it, and I think the Saints can win with him. But he does have to get better at scanning the field and not panicking under pressure. He has to learn to trust his offensive line. And I know he's been injured in the past, but you have an NFL offensive line now. Let's get going. Stay calm, stay poised. That's what he's got to work on, and I think Kellen Moore can help him out with that, hopefully.
Okay. Some people are saying, because I see Kyle the Great put it in the chat, and I remember somebody else saying this on, I think it was our podcast one night. Somebody said that Nick Foles, but some people said they compare him to the Jared Goff, but not the Jared Goff from the Rams, but Jared Goff on the Lions right now. I mean, what do you think? You kind of compare him to a Jared Goff today, like a today Jared Goff?
I can't really compare him to Jared Goff because, I mean, there's certain aspects maybe, but when I'm watching film, I don't see Jared Goff at all because even Detroit Lions, Jared Goff, I don't think Jared Goff panics like Tyler Shug does. I mean, I've seen Jared Goff stay in the pocket and take some brutal beatings and just stay in the pocket. I can't say Tyler Shug is Jared Goff. I'm just going to stick with the Nick Foles comparison. And now, when we first drafted him, we was all saying Derek Carr, but he is not Derek Carr. I'm just going to stick with the Nick Foles comparison because I don't know where everyone's getting the Jared Goff. Maybe I'm the crazy one, but I don't see Jared Goff on film at all. Maybe, like, future he could be a Jared Goff, which I'm okay with, but right now I don't personally see it.
No, he reminds me of Logan.
I'm listening.
Jay Cutler.
That's what I said about Spencer Rattler too. So we might have 2 Jay Cutlers on the team.
He reminds me of a Jay Cutler can make any and every throw on the field, but sometimes gets happy feet in the pocket and will just throw that intercept or that make that bonehead play that I have you scratching your head and saying why. Again, if he can get past that, I think the Saints can have something. And let me just say this: listen, he was one of my sleepers for this draft. I'm glad the Saints got him, but we're gonna stop overlooking Spencer Rattler. I understand that he's Kellen Moore's chosen one, the chosen one of Kellen Moore. But let's not forget. I know everyone said, well, Spencer Rattler didn't win the game last year. Okay, but he was playing with the land of misfit toys, offensive line and offensive weapons, skill position last year. But there were halves last year when he looked damn good. I mean, damn good. And we were all sitting there like this. We might have a quarterback. Then I don't know if they even made halftime adjustments last year, because if they did, they damn sure didn't show. And listen, he damn near upset the NFC runners-ups. If Jawan Johnson catches the ball, I'm just saying 1-5. I'm just saying.
Don't disagree. I mean, I'm with you, Dolph. I do like Spencer Rattler, and going off of the comp that you gave for Tyler Shug, I had that same comp for Spencer Rattler when he came out. I compared him to both Broncos Jay Cutler and Jeff Blake, if people remember who that is. And
Gifted thrower.
Yeah, when I loved Jeff Blake when he was the quarterback for the Saints for those 14 games before breaking his leg in 2000.
Yes.
Either way, if Tyler Shough is the starter, I'll be okay with it. If Spencer Rattler's the starter, I'll be happy with it. It's all going to be on what Kellen Moore wants, and it's all going to be on this quarterback competition. And if it's a fair one, if it's a fair competition and Tyler Shough still wins and Spencer Rattler doesn't, then we have to. I'm going to have to be okay with that, because if Tyler Shough just goes in the quarterback competition and wins the quarterback one spot outright, then so be it. So.
Yeah, I think if it's close, they're gonna give it to Tyler by him being second round pick. That's why I think Spencer is gonna have to be night and day. Spencer is gonna have to thoroughly outplay him, not just in practice, but take it from the practice field into those preseason games. If when Derek Carr is not here this season and it comes down to Tyler and Spencer, those 3 preseason games are going to be so must see TV for us, because you already know we're going to be diagnosing every throw they make, every read, kind of like they were having last year with Spencer and Jake. And listen, I think Jake's the odd man out here. I do. I just think he's the odd man out right now. I think it's Spencer, it's Tyler. Of course, if Carr comes back, we already know he'll be out there. But I kind of believe that I'm leaning toward him not being. I think he may not make it this season, and hey, to me that wouldn't be a bad thing for him and the New Orleans Saints.
I don't disagree. And I mean, there's one quarterback that's coming in the rookie minicamp that from Iowa State that he didn't play last year due to some gambling things that went down. And I truly believe that Hunter Deckers from Iowa State is going to, if he does well in rookie minicamp, then he'll probably bring him into regular minicamp. And Jake's probably going to be looking over his shoulder. So, and also to my comp for Nick Foles, I'm not talking about the speed. I'm just talking about, throwing wise and what I see on film. I'm not talking about, because Nick Foles was a statue. I'm just talking about pocket wise. Tyler Shough reminds me of Nick Foles, not because Nick Foles was slow as molasses. Tyler Shough runs a 4.5, 4.6. So, but just quarterback wise, Nick Foles. So I just want to answer everybody to let everyone in the comments know that's what I mean.
Man, and let me say this. Whichever one of these young men wins the starting quarterback job, if it comes down between those two, a good running game would definitely help them this year. Now, last year, Tyler Shough on play action passes, guys, was 12, had a 12-0 touchdown and interception ratio last year on play action passes. So he excels at the play action game. So give him a running game, kind of slow down that rush, keep him clean. And the kid, he there's not a throw on the field he can't make tight window, it hash to hash. He throws a real nice deep ball. Also, a little inconsistent at times on his intermediate passes. That's something that he has to work with. I think that comes down to what he said himself about his footwork. So I'm sure the coaches, look, they go work with these kids, and I'm just excited, man. I'm just excited to see it all play out. Look, the new era of New Orleans Saints football is here. The foundation is being laid, is being built, and I believe I heard you say earlier, Hoodie, about, I mean, if I'm wrong, I apologize, about the foundation piece. Like, a lot of people were upset when the Saints selected Kelvin Banks Jr. I was not. Matter of fact, my co-host, Coach Rock, he was so damn upset he left the stream. Because he's been arguing with me for the last 2 months that it was going to be Jackson Dart. Listen, it starts up front, man, no matter what. Then we forget that? That's the one thing I said. Did we forget last year how atrocious this offensive line was? Do you want another season, a repeat of Lemieux and Ali Udo? I mean, come on.
Hey, the only thing I would say though, this is the only thing. Okay, I think our O line would have been fine last year, and you wouldn't be going into this draft right now drafting Banks if it wasn't for, I feel like, McCoy going down after that second game. Because when we lost him in the third game, in the first, drive, the whole O-line just panicked. There was no captain in the middle that was in charge of that team, that was in charge of that O-line. So it kind of looked messy, and then people started getting hurt, and you started switching people left guard to center, and then this center played left guard, and then this one played center, and, they were just moving around. So I would say we would have been fine. I think the offensive line wouldn't look as bad, but when you lose your captain of the team, your Pro Bowl center, that's when it kind of got into chaos, and then that's the real thing. It's like the question is, do we have somebody on the team now? If McCoy does go down again, do we have somebody to replace it? Because last year we didn't, and it looked bad, and it showed.
I still don't think it's supposed to be
Will Clapp.
It's supposed to be Will Clapp or Caesar. I mean, I know one thing. I feel Will Clapp's a better option than Louis Patrick. Louis Patrick's our best option last year. And left, remember that. And left go. I mean, he was. And what's the young man we drafted? Can't stay healthy. Left go.
Sadaveri.
Nick Sadaveri. I think he showed promise, but as soon as he showed promise, he gets hurt. He gets hurt. So you can't count on him.
Wait. Who that reminds you of? Who that reminds you of a little bit? Shows you some promise, but then gets hurt. I know a name.
Yeah,
I know two names that was really good.
He's in the backfield.
No. I'm saying they're both not here anymore.
Oh, Davenport
on the defensive side, Davenport and Peyton Turner. And Peyton Turner, two guys that can have a lot of potential, but get hurt every time they start doing good. They get a sack, they get another sack, and then we out for the season.
Let me say this: mark this down, receipt this. I'm telling y'all right now, Peyton Turner gonna have a breakout season. He gonna stay healthy and he gonna have a breakout season.
That's how it works. I ain't got a bingo on it. That's what's gonna happen. That's usually what happens when.
Watch.
I'm shocked Davenport didn't. He was still consistent with not being good.
He just injury prone. Him, man. Pete. A lot of y'all were crying about Andrews Pete, but when Pete left out of here, I tell you what, we ain't replaced him yet now. I told y'all, Andrews Pete had a lot of respect around this league, more than we gave him in Who That Nation. And damn it, we still ain't replaced Pete. Sometimes you gotta be careful what you ask for. I was damn sure took Pete last year over what we had.
Definitely, we needed his help tremendously, especially at guard too.
So Logan. 3 straight years they gonna switch this young man. 3 straight years. Okay, first 2 years. Okay, we knew it was a little bit of him and a little bit of coaching staff. Last year he played. To me, he showed improvement. Finally, it seemed like he had settled down. He was happy. He was playing. I mean, it wasn't nothing off the charts, but he became a respectable starting right tackle in my book in the National Football League. Now, you're going to take him and you're going to put him on the inside to play a position he never played. I see in the chat everybody saying his demeanor, like the Rook says, Penny's demeanor screams guard to me. I understand that, but the thing is, the kids never played guard before. It's a difference from playing in space as a tackle and then inside with all that junk. I call it junk. When you play the 2 guards positions or the center, there is a difference. It's not just simple as saying, hey, you go to guard, you go to tackle. Now, that may be their plan. Put Penny at left guard, let Banks go to left tackle and put Fuaga back at right tackle. And then guess what? Those 2 kids will be playing their natural position. But for the 3rd straight year, Trevor Penny would be playing a new position.
I don't think that's smart at all. I mean, I know people are saying that they want him to play guard, but having a player switch a position 3 years in a row, I just don't think it's smart because you have to learn so much. You have to learn different blocking assignments, different names in the playbook, different everything, different terminology. I mean, I think keeping Trevor Penning at right tackle this year would probably be smart. And I'm not entirely sure what Kellen Moore's plans are, but if this is just me personally, not off of intel, but I'm really thinking, because Kelvin Banks is a versatile offensive lineman, and I truly believe that you're going to see Kelvin Banks probably at some point play left guard this year, but if he plays right tackle this year, then I don't think Penning's starting at left guard. I think Penning is back playing backup to Fuaga and Banks, which would be crazy, but not really that far-fetched. But if it were me, I would not move Penning to left guard because, like I've said here and Dolph has said, it's just really not smart to move somebody for a third straight year to a different position. So I'm thinking you're going to see them try to work Kelvin Banks in at left guard this year.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, you know how like you were talking about you don't want to switch somebody's position at least 3 times or whatever, right? It kind of just reminds me of a lot of people who hated Jameis, remember, when we first got him, and other players. When you got quarterbacks that come in this league and then you got to learn a new system almost every year or every other year because you can't even keep a coach around. You can't even keep the right offensive coordinator around. That's the hard shit to do is when you got to keep learning it, you know? Like my boy Mahomes, though, you know, you got the same coach, you got the same offensive guy because he's your coach, you know? And that's what I like about Kellen Moore. He's going to be the guy to call the play. You don't have to worry about, okay, well, Nuzmire don't look too good. Because you ain't worried about it. It's going to be Kellen Moore. He's going to be the guy to call the plays for the next 2-3 years. So your system ain't going to change. Just like Sean Payton. He was here for years. The stuff ain't going to change. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I feel about it. It's like when you're switching people's positions up too much or you're switching playbooks too much, you're basically messing up their brain. They got to have to learn something brand new. And it's just really hard to learn everything that quick, especially in football terms. You know, if you got like you remember what Sean Payton said and Drew Brees said when they brought Drew Brees on one of the sports shows and I was asking them, you know, to explain the play. I'm listening to just a few things, and he said all these different things he's got to say. Everything has a different, you know, meaning for a different player at
It does.
you know, in the position. I'm like, God damn. I said, imagine if you got another coach that has the same shit, but like it's all different sayings. So you know, you got so much stuff you got to learn every year, so it's not adapt to you. Like Drew Brees, I think the reason why Drew and Sean grew together so good was because they, you know, he got to keep learning the same stuff. He got his stuff, you know, locked in and down, and that's what some people need in this league. They can't just keep switching every year or two just because it didn't work out the year one. You know, you got to give time for people to grow, and I feel like in today's era, if it's like a one and done, if you ain't good, get the hell out of here. That's how they are nowadays.
So going off of that, I mean, thinking about it, I think there could be a world where, I mean, you move Fuaga back to his natural position at right tackle, and then you play Kelvin Banks at left. I just don't see them moving Trevor Penning to left guard. I just don't. I think if you move Kelvin Banks to left tackle and you move Fuaga back to right tackle, my goodness, random spoons. Good God Almighty.
That's what I've been dying laughing at. Cap. What a Cap, you stupid, brother.
Random spoons. Wow.
I told you one more time. Didn't I tell you if you say it one more time? That one of the best episodes on Martin, baby.
But if you move Fuaga to right tackle and you leave Kelvin Banks at left, I don't see them putting Trevor Penning at left guard. I think you'll see them roll with Dylan Radunz at left guard and then see what happens and
Penning be his point tackle.
Yeah, they probably will use Trevor Penning and then Young. I mean, once upon a time before we had John Stinchcomb at right tackle, Zach Strief was the swing offensive lineman before he became the starting right tackle for all those years. So I'm thinking Penning wouldn't be the worst backup tackle to have because he's played both left and right. So he did sign his 5th-year option, but that doesn't mean you're not going to sign him back. We did it with Ruiz a couple of years ago. So But
So would you want Penning or Landon Young?
I'd rather Trevor Penning. It's just that he's Trevor Penning. Just because you're a first round pick doesn't mean you're great. We've seen it, but you invested a first round pick in Trevor Penning. So far, he hasn't turned into like Willie Roaf or anything like that, like you wanted him to. But I'm thinking it would be nice to have Trevor Penning as your backup. You can only be happy about having more depth on your roster. If there's one thing this team has lacked for many years is depth. Yeah, and I just want to say I have seen Martin. I was born in '96, so I have seen Martin. And I know Bruh Man.
Yeah.
And I know who Bruh Man is too. Bruh Man from the Fifth.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Dolph.
Yes, sir.
I remember you was asking about basically sharing the other screen. What you needed to share. Because you said you wanted to drop your channel link.
Oh yeah, I just want to drop in the chat for everybody not familiar with your boy Dolph. Keeping it real, Who That Sports Podcast. Come on in, Sports Network, baby. We doing big things over there, baby. Y'all know we just had the one and only Mr. Charles Davis in the building. And guess what? Who got the first interview? The first interview with the second round pick. The first quarterback picked in the first 2 rounds since 1971. That's before your boy was even born, baby. It was me. That's right. Your boy right here. I talked to Tyler Shuck first. And I asked him, baby, Tyler, what you got to work on? If you didn't see the interview, it's on YouTube and it's on X. Go look at it. But anyway, one thing I did tell them, like, whatever team gets you, they're going to be lucky to have you. And, hey, I think it's going to be a great competition this summer. I just hope, like Logan said, and like I wrote today on X, man, I just hope it's a fair competition. It's about winning and who gives you the best opportunity to win. And I'm going to say this. They can come out, they can try to lie to us, but who they can't lie to, they can't lie to those players in that locker room. And so if the players in that locker room feel Spencer gives them the best opportunity to win and they feel that's something Kellen Moore's going to have to deal with. Do you just put Shuck out there because he's your hand-picked quarterback, or do you go with the guy that is showing that he's ready to lead the team? Now we don't know who it be. They might pick up a quarterback during the summer, during training camp. We don't know what's gonna happen. The starter might even be on this team right now. We talking about Shuck and Spencer. The starter might come from another team. They might make a trade. You never know. Oh,
it might
Derek
be Jake
Carr
Haener.
might walk back.
It might be Jake Haener.
It ain't gonna be Jake Haener.
Hey, it might be. He might beat everybody out.
Number 1 pick in the draft.
Yeah, if they really wanted to tank, they would start Jake Haener. But going off of Dolph, talk about fair. Let me just go off of last year and things that I was told, because I read a comment about Spencer was the starter, but he was named QB3. Dennis Allen did not want Spencer Rattler out there because he was afraid if Derek Carr ever got hurt, and Spencer played well, that Derek Carr wasn't getting his job back. That's what I was told by a few sources that were close to the subject. And Spencer didn't play horribly, but Spencer got thrown into the fire, like scorching hot fire, I should say. But this year, I believe it's going to be fair, because last year, I don't believe it was. Jake Haener was only the backup because, that was Derek's boy, and Dennis Allen was here, and Dennis Allen, Derek Carr, go way back. So this year, I believe it's going to be fair. Everyone has a clean slate. Nobody is safe, I can say that. Nobody. But this year, I'm going to predict that it's going to be a fair battle. But if I had to guess, I think Kellen Moore's going to probably roll with the guy that he drafted. Even though I love Spencer and I really want him to get a chance, I think I'm 75% sure that Tyler.
Right. Let me say this. let your boy Dog say this, family. I do not care who wins the starting job. Let me say it again. I do not care who wins the starting job because come week 1, whatever quarterback tries his ass out there on the field, you better be that. You better damn well believe that's my QB, and I'm riding with it. If it's Spencer, let's go, baby. If it's Tyler, let's go, baby. If it's the most hated acquisition in the history of the Saints is back. That's right. Old Two-Face himself. If it's him, I'm going to ride with him, baby. And let me just say, I'm playing right now, but listen. I say this the other day. There are some things you got to separate. If you don't like a player, you don't like a player. But that personal attack on people's family, that's BS to me, bro. We better than that. We better than that. You know, and sometimes I do think we forget that these athletes that we're here talking about now, that we're looking at every Sunday or Saturday or every day on TV with baseball, basketball, whatever, we forget that they are human beings. They have lives outside of what we see on the television screen. They go home to family. They have everyday problems like we have everyday problems. Yeah, some of them millionaires, but just because they got money, that don't stop you from getting sick. That don't stop debt. That don't stop pain. Things happen. So I just think we need to remember that. But yeah, even if it's old Two-Face himself, because I tell you what, Hood, you send me that picture, you know what? He'll make a hell of a car salesman. Cause he'll make a hell of a car salesman. Hood, you need to put that picture up, man. You need to put that picture up, man.
I don't know about Carl salesman. Maybe he could be the next Joel Osteen the way he's robbing us of our money.
Hold on.
Aaron Brooks in the chat. What up? What up, AB? ABC say Jake ain't ready, baby. We know Jake ain't been ready since they picked him.
No, Jake was that wasn't even a Mickey pick or even a Dennis Allen pick. That was Derek telling Mickey India, hey, this is my guy. He went to Fresno. I've seen him play. Can you draft him for me? I like him. And also because Saints love their Senior Bowl guys. Oh, he also played the Senior Bowl. Cool. That's literally what it was. It wasn't like they believed in him, anything like that. No, it wasn't anything like that.
Jake can go work at State Farm. Well, y'all is funny. But nah, man, really though, whoever makes this team, man, look, I'm rolling with them. Mm-hmm. That's it. But if there's one change I would like to see the NFL do, why you have to have designated players who are I lost the word I'm looking for, who are inactive on game day. If I got a 55-man roster, if all 55 of my players held the damage, all 55 should be able to dress. I don't understand what is the reason for this. Do anybody? Why the hell the NFL even started that? Can anybody answer that?
That I have no idea. I mean, I actually never even thought about that. I never even thought about that.
Think about it. You got 55 that make the active roster. Then you got another 16 on the practice squad. Hell, just put the whole damn team together. Whoever hurt, you make them inactive for the day. Everybody else available. They on the sideline anyway. Why not dress up?
I mean, they do something in the UFL that I really like. And if you don't know what the UFL is, that's the combined league of the XFL and the USFL. The one thing that they do that I really like, they dress an emergency quarterback. So because it happened, I think, in year one of the USFL where one team had a starting quarterback get hurt in the middle of a game and their backup got hurt, and they didn't have any quarterbacks left to play. So the next year they made a rule, I believe, and they had an emergency third quarterback. He's dressed out, and if everybody gets hurt, he gets to go in. And why? I don't know if the NFL is adopting that, but yeah. And then, I mean, think about this. It happened many years ago when Parcells was the head coach of the Jets. A punter had to go in. Tom Tupa, and when Vinny Testaverde went down. So, I mean, I don't know if the rules have changed. But I mean, okay, Rook is saying we do have the emergency third now, so
Yeah,
they
started it last year.
yeah, so they took that from the UFL. I mean, the UFL it's kind of like their experimental league for the NFL now, as you can see. I mean, the new kickoff is literally from. Am I a fan of it? Absolutely not, because you're talking to someone who made their bones on special teams, especially on kickoffs. So I wish they would go back to regular kickoff, but I get it. But then again, I don't. So, but the emergency third QB rule that they've been doing since last year, like you said, I think it's smart actually. But I mean, as far as the other thing goes, I never even thought about that.
By the way, y'all, I just put the link in the chat so anybody wants to come on, let us know their thoughts about, the receiver room, who they want to see sign, and we can also talk about anything else about, the Saints related. So click on that link. But before we bring anybody on, if anybody does decide to join, let's take a little quick commercial break by your sponsor, the one and only Hoodie from Northport Nissan.
Welcome to Eddie Terrell's Northport Nissan. Hey, my name is Hoodie, and I'm a sales consultant at Eddie Terrell's Northport Nissan. And everybody always asks me this one question. Why should we buy from Northport Nissan? Well, guess what? I'm about to give you a few reasons why. Reason number one, we are an 11-time Award of Excellence winner. And you see it right here, and you see all the other ones down here as well. So you're going to ask me, what is the Award of Excellence, right? It's an award given by auto manufacturers to dealerships that perform excellent in sales, services, and parts, and in operations and customers' experience. So guess what? That just tells you that we love taking care of our customers, and we really, really reach the limits in sales because of the way we take care of our customers. Number two reason why is because we got the number one service department in our district. You don't believe me? Come see. Oh, and reason number three, this is a family-owned business by Mr. Eddie Terrell. And guess what? We've been almost in business for 3 decades. And guess what? Many dealerships can't even say that. So guess what that means? We loyal to our customers, whether you bought in the past, whether you're buying now, or whether you're buying in the future. We're always going to be here to serve y'all. So make sure y'all come out here to Eddie Terrell's Northport Nissan, 955 North Highway 190 in Covington, Louisiana, man.
Yeah, you heard it from Hoodie. Make sure you go see him and buy a car. And if not, if you don't go see Hoodie, well, damn shame. You're going to have to buy from. You're going to have to buy from this damn man right here if you don't come see your boy Hoodie.
Got a face, you just, I don't trust him. I don't trust him. He lied. The numbers. Show me the numbers. He lied. I don't trust you. Show me the numbers. I don't trust you. Man, shout out to the Cole family, man. Pray, yes, all joking aside, man. Praying for the Cole family, what they're going through, man. Not talking about football, y'all. So I'm talking about life. So
Yep.
Now back to football. Stay where you at.
Yeah, I like everything that I'm hearing. I'm thinking people. Everything I've heard is telling the car won't be here when the season starts. He will probably be put on IR, season in IR. He's probably going to have shoulder surgery, and he's going to be gone. Now, I don't know if they're going to try to trade him. He can waive his no trade clause. He gave, to my knowledge, a couple of teams that he would waive his no trade clause to, but those teams are just picked up, signed, and drafted quarterbacks, so that's probably out the building. So wherever he goes next year, or he'll probably have his pick.
Let me just say this. Was that the right platform and time for him to address what is going on with him professionally?
I don't think so. I mean, it just seemed, and I really hate using this comparison. It was a joke earlier, but it was very Joel Osteen-ish of him to do that. I mean, I think he did it wrong because it was just kind of like, okay, you think we're not doing it at a church is probably not the best thing. People go to church to hear the word of God, not to hear like, okay, people at ESPN are lying about this. Diana Rossini from The Athletic is lying about this about me, and this is what's really going on. Probably not the best way to go about things because it just kind of makes you come off even more arrogant and more self-centered because, like I said, you're doing it at a church where people are going to hear the word of God. So probably was the absolute worst place to do it. If he would have did it like on YouTube or even at the Saints facility or at his house,
At his
whatever,
house, yeah.
anywhere but a church service, because I mean,
Yeah,
very just arrogant that way. I mean, everything he said, I felt bad because we didn't know that he was going through his wife was going through a miscarriage or anything like that and had ailments like that. But then going up talking about the injuries and things like that, telling people that they're lying, because Diana Rossini is one of the most trusted reporters out there. She's been around for years. I mean, I don't think she would make anything up like that, or I don't think Ian Rappaport, who was one of the most respected people out there in the sports media world, would make anything up. Even Adam Schefter. I don't think
just the wrong time, man.
It was just the wrong place and wrong time to do it. Like I said,
I mean, that was not the, like you say, you could have done it from the living room of your house. You could have made a video and just uploaded it. Hey guys, this is Derek Carr, quarterback New Orleans Saints. I know there's a lot of speculation going on, but this is what's really going on. Now he didn't even have to get into about his personal life, and some people want to say that he actually threw that in for sympathy. I think I say what you want. The young man's a man of faith, so that's not even. I'm not even questioning that. But again, I just think that was the wrong time to. Though he was trying to make the parallel, you could have made another parallel instead of using yourself, at that moment to address, things that I'm sure you've been wanting to address. But you address it like that, and then you release the video because it wasn't like you released the video of that. So I just think that's why a lot of people feel like it was tasteless and classless for him to do that. Again, our thoughts and prayers go out to his beautiful wife and his entire family for their loss. We're praying for him in that scenario. But as far as about football, man, I just think he made a bad decision, and his brother, his PR people, they should have told him, we don't think this is going to be a good that's a good platform for you to do it.
I agree fully.
Yeah, I agree too, and just to kind of piggyback off of it, I don't think it was the right platform, to do it. I don't think it was the right place, right time, but literally Sunday when I went to church this past Sunday, the pastor brought in a couple, and the couple, the husband is a pastor as well. So we was listening to them about marriage, relationship, friendships, and all the stuff, right? And he's one of those guys that has a nice heart. He's gonna help you out when you need help. But you know how those people that are so nice, they get stabbed in the back, they get betrayed. He felt like that, and he said he is one of those guys that used to be so petty and wants to get people back or hate them, and be mad at them for a while because, you stabbed me in the back, you betrayed me, and I think that's how Derek Carr is feeling. But guess what? The guy said, he said, this ain't gonna, me being petty and me being like I'm gonna hold hate on somebody and this and that ain't gonna get me nowhere in life and ain't gonna be better in life. And he said, you know what I do now when somebody does that, knowing that I was a person that was being petty? He said, I just go into a room by myself and just talk to Jesus and I tell him to take this off of me. And all I do is pray for that person because there's no point in hating somebody in this life because, the Lord doesn't like hate. So he said, you just got to pray for that person and just move on. So what Carr should have did, being a faithful person and being a godly man, he should have just prayed for those people that are trying to attack him just personally and just let it be and move on, because be the bigger man and just move on and let the Lord take care of these people that's attacking you. You know what I'm saying? And just let it go. But he wanted to say it himself, and that's why a lot of people say it is he came off arrogant with the way he did it, and especially at a church, at all places, So That's where I'm coming from. You know, if you're gonna have a problem with somebody and you feel a certain way, just pray for that person. That's all you can do. Don't get into it with them. Don't try to be the petty person and get back with them. Just pray for them, and hopefully, you know, God takes care of them. That's all I can say about that situation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So let's see. We got Sam waiting in the back, so let's bring on Sam. A lot of echo back there, buddy. What up?
What up?
Hey Sam, turn down the radio in the back. TV in the back. It's an echo. It's an echo. Good Lord, I'm on my headphone.
Alright, he got it on mute for right now. Alright, he's fixing that for us. But oh my God, hold on my eye. Oh my Lord. But yeah, Logan. This is something that I wanted to ask you real quick. No, Sam, it's still echoing. I had to mute you real quick, right? While I talk. But the thing I wanted to ask you, Logan, is the receiving room is what we have. You got a Chris Olave who proven he can be the guy, but he just got to stay healthy. Rashid Shaheed has a lot left, you know, to his game to make it more deadly than when he is now. You know, the veteran. What do you think he brings to the table coming back to the Saints? You know, could he's a little bit older, so he's not the same Brandon when he first came out.
Oh, okay. You freeze up a little bit, but Brandon Cook's coming back. I mean, you always want a veteran in the room. You always do, because they're that voice that you go to when you're a younger guy, saying, "Hey, okay, what do I need to do to get better?" And then you can go to Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks, he's not going to be the Brandon Cooks of old, like you mentioned, but he's going to be that guy that's going to be one of those reliable targets for Tyler Shugg or Spencer Rattler. And since leaving the Saints, he's been very productive. I mean, he's probably not going to get you 1,000 yards, but if he gets you, like, you know, maybe 500, 600, 700 yards this year, then I think that's a win in my book. But really, I just think he's going to be a reliable veteran wide receiver. So, and let's just be honest, you're probably not going to win a lot of games this year. You're probably going to be maybe a 6-win team at best if things go super south. But, I mean, Brandon Cooks being back, I mean, doesn't help and doesn't hurt your wide receiver room at all. So,
okay. What about you, Dolph? What you think?
You're muted, Dolph.
Oh, you're on mute, by the way.
Hey, repeat the question. I'm sorry, Hoodie.
Oh, no, you good. I was saying we were talking about how, you know, Chris Olave and what Rashid Shaheed brings to the table. But what do we think Brandon Cook is going to bring to the table for Kellen Moore?
Speed. More speed. Big playability.
Mm-hmm.
A veteran in the locker room. He's not the same Brandon Cooks that left. He's more mature now. And speaking of Brandon Cooks, man, I said it before. Do we realize that Brandon Cooks he's a borderline Hall of Famer? As far as numbers wise, I mean, Brandon Cooks right now for his career, family, has 710 catches for 9,532 yards and 60 touchdowns. So he possibly can go over 10,000 yards this coming season. That's no small feat and for some reason he just hasn't stuck anywhere. It seems he's here 1 or 2 years somewhere, then he moves on or he's traded. But everywhere he goes, when healthy, he's productive. So I think he'll definitely give the Saints another option out there. Speed. Listen, one thing, when you have Olave, Shaheed, and Brandon Cooks lining up out there, you got speed all over the field. But to go back, I believe it was Marlon in the chat spoke of a kid that I want to see his year 1 to year 2 growth, because he showed flashes last year, and he also showed chemistry with Spencer. Bud Means.
Yep.
Bud Means. I really think that I'm really interested to see if Bud Means could take that next step in Kellen Moore's offense. I think he's a young wide receiver that showed a lot of promise last year. I think we have something in Bud Means. Hopefully, this is the season that he can put it all together. Because if it's about a youth movement, we have youth in the wide receiver room. Because right now, when you look at the Saints wide receiver room, Olave, Shaheed, Kevin Austin Jr., the big physical receiver, Dante Pettis is back, Bud Means. You got Moochie Dixon, the young man from
SMU.
Who I watch up here in the DFW. He can just fly. Chris Tyree, and last year's camp sensation, but did absolutely nothing in the season when he had the opportunity. Mason Tipton.
Yeah, that was very disappointing.
That's what I say when I was saying, when you get your opportunity,
don't blow it.
You have to take advantage of it. It don't matter how you get in the league, because when it comes time to hit that practice field, everyone's wearing black and gold. Y'all putting your helmets and shoulder pads on the same way. And no matter if you're first or fifth or seventh or undrafted, it doesn't matter. There are a lot of undrafted free agents in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. A lot of undrafted free agents, 7th round, 6th rounders. Look at Kelsey. I ain't talking about the younger brother, the older brother. No one knew that he would develop into one of the greatest centers in the history of the National Football League. There are so many examples, but Mason Tipton, he just disappointed last year. I think they kept him on the roster for just the first 2 weeks that he had in camp, and he made the roster, but he did absolutely nothing. And during the season, I was apologizing to his family if they was listening, but it was the truth. He had his opportunity, and he dropped the ball. Simply put, Kansas City game, he dropped the ball. Yes, he had receipts. You dropped the ball, man. You had your opportunity. Olave was out. Shaheed was out. You were supposed to step up and take advantage. It was there for you, and he did not. But guess who did? The young man we just mentioned in his limited time, Bud Means. Listen, to me, Mason Tipton, he is the receiver version of Jake Haener. Hell in practice, become game day, a no-show. I'm sorry, that's just what it is. Now, to all the fans of Jake Haener, especially my boy, to my boy Jay, the president of the Jake Haener fan club.
Oh my goodness.
You already know how that go.
I had to block a few of those type of fan club people on Twitter.
Ronald, he's no Hall of Fame player. Ronald, I say borderline. His numbers, though, the man's got to go over 10,000 yards. That's no small feat. 10,000 yards in your career in the National Football League. That's no small feat, brother. That's all I'm saying. A lot of times we think Hall of Famers are these big name players. There are a lot of Hall of Famers. Right now, are there any Hall of Famers on New Orleans Saints team currently, right now?
Cameron Jordan, probably it. Tyrann Mathieu, probably 2. Oh, well, 3. I want to stretch it and say DeMario Davis, but that's gonna. I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer, but I'm gonna say Cam Jordan and Tyrann Mathieu.
Ronald, what Chad Johnson numbers? I mean, Chad Johnson. Let me give him his number. Since you want to have this discussion, my brother. Let's do it. Chad Johnson. Ocho Cinco.
That's God.
Ocho.
That's my childhood right there.
766 catches. 11,059 yards, and he got 6 more touchdowns. 7 more touchdowns than Cooks, and a few more catches, and he got 11,000 and he 11,059 yards. Is Chad Ochocinco a Hall of Famer? One day he may go in.
Maybe.
There are people getting in the Hall of Fame. I think they just getting it away now. Real truth be told,
it's taking years for some of the old timers to get in still.
That should have been in.
Right. I mean, this might sound biased, but I still think Pat Swillen and Vaughn Johnson need to be in. But that's just bias of me. I mean, they might not be the most flashiest name, but the Dome Patrol, no matter what historian you talk to, greatest linebacking corps in NFL history, even over the Steel Curtain and the Big Blue Wrecking Crew. So,
hey, Dolph.
Yes, sir.
Hey, can you pull up the stats for Brandon Cooks for his career again and read them out to me?
Yeah, hold on.
The only reason why I'm asking is just because I want to compare his to the other people that we were looking at picking up, like Cooper and Ken Allen, who a lot of people would say is way better than Brandon Cooks, and all that. I just want to see what their numbers look like. So let's do Ken Allen, because he's a little bit older. He'll probably be out of here soon.
All right, Brandon Cooks' numbers, Hoodie, is reception 710, yards 9,532. He has 60 touchdowns, and his yards per reception is 13.4.
Okay, and how old is he?
He is Cooks. How old is Brandon Cooks?
Is he like 31?
I think he's 30. They got everything but his damn age on here. Hold on.
He's ageless.
Yeah, Brandon Cooks in his 30s. I know in his 30s, man. Let me look it up real quick.
He's 31. Look at that.
31. There you go.
I just checked. 31. I was just taking a shot in the dark, but yeah, 31.
So not too. So if you're looking at he's not too far behind. Ken Allen. 2 years younger, has about 200 less reception, and has about 1,500 less yards and 6 less touchdowns.
Here's what I want to say about the whole wide receiver for you.
And then Amari Cooper.
Yeah, Amari Cooper. Here's what I want to say about the whole wide receiver thing now, because it just came to my head, and because we was talking about Kevin Austin Jr. Kevin Austin Jr. came from the UFL, and he did really well for the Saints when he played with Spencer Rattler. That was almost like Spencer Rattler's best target out there outside of MVS, let's be honest. If you want to go look for a receiver that has some game to him and is actually playing right now, try the UFL. It's worked before. I mean, when I was covering the Breakers when they were around, they had some really good receivers that I wish the Saints would have went after. I mean, right now, just off the top of my head, you want a big body wide receiver? There's one in the UFL right now that plays for the St. Louis Battlehawks. His name's Hakeem Butler. He played for the Cardinals not too long ago.
We had Hakeem Butler.
I don't believe we did.
Yeah, remember? And he was the camp sensation.
Oh no, that was Emmanuel Butler. Hakeem Butler got drafted by
Emmanuel. Okay, Hakeem. Yeah. So Hakeem is the one from North Carolina.
I believe he might be, but he plays in the UFL right now, and he's actually one of the best wide receivers in the UFL right now. Which, like I said, he went to Iowa State. I think you're thinking of Hakeem Nicks.
Yeah, Hakeem Nicks. That's what I'm thinking about. Hakeem Nicks. Yeah,
Let's see. Hakeem Butler. I watch the UFL because it's football and I love it so much. And I'm always looking for talent. Like, okay, maybe this thing should go after this. But he's 6'5", 227. You want a big-bodied wide receiver, go sign him because he's been absolutely mossing people in the UFL for the last 2 years. Go give him a shot. He might have not worked out for the Cardinals, but I would take a shot at him. I mean, he's already conditioned and he's already ready for camp because he's playing in games right there, right now, every Saturday and Sunday right now in the UFL.
Right.
I wouldn't mind that. And you know, it's one thing I like about the UFL that's better than the NFL is that they review plays from the NFL
Yes.
specialist. You know what I'm talking about? Like they actually ask them,
Yes.
and then they're like, okay, that flag that you said pick it up. It's not like I would
Yes.
love that in the NFL, but the
They would never do
NFL is
that.
so rigged, it won't do it. I'm telling you, the NFL is rigged
Yeah.
to me. I really do think it's rigged, and why
They'll
they
never-
call it
We'll
bullshit.
never do
Called
it.
I'm telling you. They won't never have that, but I bet you if they ever draw that in the NFL one day, then that would take some of that shit away from us and say, okay, it's not as rigged as we thought, you know. Or to be honest, they'll still probably say some bullshit, you know. Oh, but in the UFL, that's a pass interference you said, but now you're over here in the NFL, now that's not a pass interference. Okay.
Right.
By the way, I did put the link in the chat for Ronald. If you want to hop on, click that link in there. If you want to come talk, you know, let us know your thoughts on everything. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Make sure y'all smack the crap out of that like button if y'all are joining or leaving. Also, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button as well. And also, if you on the Twitter side, make sure you hit that follow button over here as well, and hit that repost button and repost it out to your people, to where if they are a fan of Saints or just football in general, you know, they can join and come talk some football with us. You know, because Dolph, you know, not only do you cover Saints, you know, you cover all sports as well with Zach and all of them as well.
Right.
So I know you can get those viewers, you know, over as well.
Yes, sir.
Saints should have taken Burden in the second. Yeah, I wish. Trust me. To be honest with you, I'm happy about the Banks pick now. But I was so mad in the moment about the Banks pick because Tyler Warner's right there.
They
I'm like,
were
really? You're going to pass up on the next George Kittle? The next George Kittle, and you passed up on his ass. But I'm like, okay, I understand that now we need to protect the quarterback, and we got no quarterback.
So I mean, like I said, I mean, they wanted a wide receiver. They were looking hard and heavy at Jaden Higgins, who went to the Texans. From what I was told, if he would have fell to 40, he did. They would have had a decision to make, from what I was told. They said so. If they,
I'd have loved that pick too, man. I ain't mad at either one of them.
I mean, the Texans just basically rebuilt their wide receiving core. I mean, they got both Jalen Noel and Jaden Higgins from Iowa State. I mean, Iowa State really had a great year receiving wise. I mean,
and they already had Hutchins, right, from Iowa State. Yeah. I liked him coming out.
Yeah, me too. So Iowa State's got they do have a really good wide receiver coach. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I mean, he really was. They did a good job over there. Now he's not no Cortez Hankin, but you know.
Right. Who returns kickoffs this year for the Saints?
Ooh, I'm thinking it's.
If I had to guess,
Dixon. I don't want him back there. Is it Pettis? Pettis makes the team again as the main punt returner, kickoff returner.
I think it's going to be Velus Jones, because I think that's why. I think they're going to use Velus Jones because he didn't work out in Chicago very well, and I can't for the life of me remember the team before he was playing for. But Velus Jones, who's 6'3", by the way, I had to find that out myself. I thought Velus Jones was shorter than that, but I think Velus Jones is going to be used like Cordell Patterson. And I think you're going to see him back there returning kicks and punts. But maybe give they're trying to find a good return specialist, because I don't think they want Rashid back there, because they want him to be a true wide receiver at this point.
Right. Dirty Bird got someone to lock all the wide receivers the Aints got. I love it. Man, y'all secondary suck, man.
Since when is AJ Terrell Darrell Revis? Please let me know. I'm not even going to get started, but I am not worried about your secondary. Trust me.
But I think the return guy might be Dixon, to be honest with you, out of SMU. He got the speed and he used to return too, I heard.
That's a good possibility. I know for a fact they was targeting Junior Bergens. He got drafted to the 49ers. He was out of Montana, and he was one of the best return guys in the league. He was one of the best return guys in the league. They was targeting him, and right before they picked Malik at tight end, the 49ers picked him. I'm sure they was waiting to see if they could get him where they picked Maliki at, but they missed out. And that would have been the perfect guy at return man.
Yeah. He said we got AJ, Colby, Mike, and Jalen Ramsey soon. Well, y'all don't have Jalen Ramsey yet. Gotta wait till that happens. And
oh gosh, oh my
Man,
goodness.
can y'all?
Hey,
I
you want me to tell y'all?
I love black and red, man. I love
Don't-
them. They're so naive.
I only respect one guy
Oh, my boy,
on that
man.
secondary, and that's Jesse Bates. Jesse Bates is the
That's
one
it.
that I really respect. AJ, Terrell, I'll say he's all right. He's not the best, but I'll say he's all right. I'll give
he
AJ
glad
Terrell at
Mike
least
gone.
top 10 corner. He's a top 10 corner, I'll say.
He glad Michael Thomas gone. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
Mike used to just abuse that boy.
Oh my goodness.
Abuse him. I said it. Yeah, Simmons a free agent, so yeah.
Yeah.
How that worked out?
Simmons is a free agent. I mean,
I think they might bring him back.
Let me say this: I've never seen a fan base so that has never won anything be so cocky and so naive. I mean, I know we only got one Super Bowl, but I mean, one's better than zero, and I just don't get it.
Hold on, I'm choking. 28 degrees.
I mean, listen. I mean, geez, God Almighty! I've never seen a fan base talk so much trash that has never won a thing. that would be like me. That would be like me. I love my New Orleans Pelicans to death. Been a fan since Baron Davis, but I mean, that would be like me talking trash if we haven't won anything. I mean, come on now. So makes zero sense.
I mean, I like it though. I like the trash talking. So it's our
yeah.
rival, so we always get to do that trash talking every year. Said when do y'all even have a quarterback to get the ball to y'all wide receivers? I mean, we got to see if Michael Penix even plays out for y'all, because to me, I don't still think he's that good either. He's all right.
I like Michael Penix, but in that Falcons offense, no, probably not.
He's all right.
Man, y'all got the same problem we had. Our problem is gone. It's your head coach. So, I told y'all he just a darker skin of Dennis Allen. Y'all won't listen. The darker skin Dennis Allen, y'all still don't want to listen. I'm telling you. You're going to keep breaking your heart. Just wait. Keep on. It's coming.
Did we ever try to get Sam up and going? I feel like he's been waiting. I don't know if he's still here.
Sam's still here?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, he's still here. He's got the echo though. Plus, Sam don't normally talk either. He usually just like to be on the show and just listen,
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
I remember when
you good.
When the Penix on their team.
Oh, okay.
I know, he means Saints. I know.
Yeah. Let me say this. So last year, that's why going off of Intel, and just because I get Intel doesn't mean it's always like gospel, and
right.
The Falcons moved up in front of the Saints because they heard, from what I was told, that the Saints were probably going to pick Penix if he failed to pick 14. That's why we picked Fuaga instead. That's what I was told. Could I be wrong, and could Intel be wrong? Anything's possible. It's not gospel what I get told, but Saints had interest in Penix, and I think the Falcons got scared and caught wind of it because, the general manager is Terry Fontenot, and I'm sure Mickey acts like the Tom Picayune and still blabs his mouth to his old buddy who is the general manager of the Falcons, so that's probably how they caught wind of it.
Now, let me ask you this, Logan. How many people in the NFL, and we see it every year, where they hype it up and they saying the Saints wants this player, the Saints want that, somebody jumps in front of us and get them, and in reality, we never wanted them in the first place. It was just a smoke just to get your ass confused and think we wanted them just for you can go take them and make us pissed off. And in reality, we're not pissed off. We're happy because we got who we really wanted. So, I mean, we could have did the same shit and made him waste a pick on Penix, and he might not even be the future. He may be, he may not be. You never know. So we just got to see, we ain't seen enough of him yet.
Right. It happens every year. I mean, the Panthers There was that was another one with the Panthers. The thing, if Tet would have fell to pick 9, and if the Panthers wouldn't have picked him at 8, that would have been the pick at number 9. But for whatever reason, I don't know how things get out, and people hear things in circles. The Panthers picked Tet McMillan because that was going to be our pick. They thought they did steal our pick, but in the end, Kelvin Banks was number 2 after that anyway, so it was either or. But it happens all the time. I mean, sometimes there's smoke and sometimes there's fire, but people do catch wind of things.
Y'all drive a quarterback who can even throw a simple slant. Boy, y'all sure watch one video that people play over and over. One bad pass, and then that's all y'all go. Bro,
I'm not going to do that. Go your mom.
Yeah, I saw Michael Penix up close and personal last year at the Senior Bowl, and I liked him. He has a live arm. He's very athletic, but he's still raw. Listen, last year he showed flashy, but he is a young quarterback. And this year, a lot of things change when teams have tape on you.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things change. Like last year, C.J. Stroud. He had a sophomore slump. Why? Teams had a full year's tape on you. Now, his job is to rebound this year and become more consistent as a all-around quarterback and going through his progressions and reading defense and making a proper decision with the football. So, I mean, listen, if y'all have if Michael Penix is that guy, I'm one who applauded the pick last year. I thought it was wise where everybody was saying, man, they crazy. They just gave Cousins that money. Listen, if you like a quarterback and you think he has the opportunity to be the quarterback of the future, you take him. I actually patted y'all on the back for that. And let me say this. Y'all had a hell of a draft this year on paper. That's a hell of a draft.
Now, they did. I give them that.
Now trading back in to get the kid from Tennessee, I don't know if I would have wanted to give up a first, man. I mean, maybe we'd have swapped twos and I could have moved up in the second round. But to give up next year's first when y'all go be at 6 or 7 wins at the most. Because truth be told, Tampa Bay winning this division for the 5th straight year until proven wrong. They're the best team that everybody can want to keep overlooking. They rule us out until we beat their ass. And it's just that simple.
And it's crazy to think that we're saying Todd Bowles is the best coach in the NFC South too. When years ago we was laughing at him being the Jets coach. Now he's one of the best defensive minds in the NFL. It's crazy.
Hey, I want to hear the craziest shit though. And I know, Ace, the Falcons fan can at least agree on this, but might not agree on anything because, you're the Falcons and we're the Saints. But this is the one thing I will say we can possibly agree on. We both, as an organization, overpaid a quarterback that's not even going to be playing for us. I know that's hard to swallow because we trying to swallow it right now. Y'all trying to figure out what Kirk Cousins, y'all paid him so much money too, and now he might not even be playing anymore as well. So that's the only one thing I could say we can agree on. We overpaid a veteran quarterback thinking he would be the savior to move us into the playoffs, and both of them couldn't do shit for us. So
yeah, we both definitely got messed over on that one.
I don't think Cousins was fully healthy last year. I don't think he could have recovered from that injury.
I think we kind of beat him up when we played against him. Didn't he get hurt in that Saints game? Yeah, I could be wrong.
It's the Falcons. That's all I'm gonna say. It's the Falcons.
Oh man.
I mean, we'll always be known for the team that was celebrating the 8-time stomping all over Atlanta in the third quarter Super Bowl. Parties going on, popping champagne bottles. And then what happened? What happened? What the hell happened?
Let me just say, that was the game that made me – I used to not like Tom Brady, but after that, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm a huge Tom Brady fan.
The choke hands. Not the Falcons, the choke hands.
I'm a huge Tom Brady fan now.
Oh, my God. Let me put it like this. All joking aside, I got love for my Falcon brother. Ain't nothing but love, man. But if we are to go 2-15 or 2-15 2-15 on the season, it doesn't matter. Long as those 2 wins come against Atlanta, all is right in my life. I don't care how bad my Sundays are. We could have just got our ass whooped. I always look at the ticker. And when I see the Falcons lost, I get a little pep in my step. I feel better. I'm smiling again. Why? Because the Falcons lost. I can't stand y'all ass. I love you. I think all joking aside, the Falcons Saints rivalry, I believe, is one of the most underrated rivalries in the National Football League. And the Saints Falcons rivalry has a college football atmosphere to it. I think the NFL is sleeping on this rivalry. Listen, I'm Coach Ace. I'm probably older than you, bro. Like coming up when I was young, the Falcons used to whoop the Saints' ass. But I mean, and I'm being kind. They just because we were god awful. That's why I understand the Saints are bad now, but good Lord, I'm telling you, some of y'all couldn't have took it. This team was so dumpster juice, trash, with landfill. But we surpassed the Falcons. We got to the big game, and unlike them,
twice,
we were able to close the deal, baby. The great Tracy Porter, with the greatest play in the history of the New Orleans Saints. Not Drew Brees, but Tracy Porter, Louisiana native, baby. Peyton took it to the house, baby, and he's purring up in the stands. And he's saying, A-Town what? A-Town down, baby. A-Town down, baby, because that's it, baby. We not only took the Colts down, we took the Falcons down because at home, they were breaking TVs. They were like the damn Saints won the Super Bowl. Oh, God, what's going on? We've been to 2. We had Jamal Anderson. We were doing the 30 bird and everything. John Elway whooped that ass. Then you play Tom Brady and the Patriots. You're celebrating. You're smiling on the sideline. Y'all all on Instagram taking pictures. Yeah, baby, we got that chip. And then what happened? Brady jazz. And you lost. And then you went on social media burning jerseys. Cussing out your quarterback. Saying the coach got to go. Why? Because your heart got broken. You can say what you want about us, baby, but we always got that Lombardi in that trophy case. We always got it. 1-0. We've been to Super Bowl 1 time, and we are undefeated. You've been 2 times, and you got a big fat goose egg, baby. I love it, baby. You talking with the wrong one. You're talking with the wrong one, man. R.I.P. to Lisa Left Eye, because if she was alive, I'd tell her to go burn down the damn stadium in Atlanta right now, damn it. Don't go on here messing with me like that. Now you woke me up, Ace. Love you, my brother. I need you on the show more often, damn it.
By the way, y'all, we do have somebody, actually 2 people waiting to hop on in the back, so we're going to bring them on. So the first person, Dolph and Logan, I always tell everybody this. Uh-oh. This is the easiest person to introduce because I don't have to do shit besides do this. Yeah, y'all know who it is. It is the O to the motherfucking G. The one who will bring those subscribers to you. Jerry. And Jerry's on mute. Jerry.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Now you know.
What up, Uncle Jerry?
What's
Uncle
going on,
Jerry?
dog? What's going on, dog? Hoodie, Logan, Samuel, all y'all. What's good? Now
What's
look.
good?
Oh, nothing much. Look, you're not the dog. You're not the only one that's gonna be roasting these Falcons. You're already you talking to a big time Falcon hater.
Oh, I forgot one, Jerry. Before you go, I forgot one.
Go ahead.
Oh, remember last year, guys, when they took the lead in the NFC South? They were on the road. They were rolling. They came to New Orleans. And the dum-dums decided to try the second line. They second line, call themselves second line, and with their no footwork having ass down Street. Looking real stupid with that dumbass black and red on. Talking about, we gonna second line all over the Saints. And what happened? What happened? The Saints beat that ass.
Yes, they
and
did.
The season went straight down the tubes, baby.
Talk, boy.
All was well. We were stuck with Dennis Allen, but we beat your ass. So all was well because we beat the Falcons' ass. I'm telling you,
right.
If your son is bad, who that nation, just wait. Just wait. It's like a clock that's broke. It's going to be right twice a day. And the Falcons is going to be right for you. The Saints going to have us down in the door. But
Hey, Jerry.
all of a sudden.
Hey, what up, bud?
Hey Jerry, before
before
you say anything and roast the Falcons as well, we're gonna bring the other person on as well,
Bring
which
'em on.
and y'all know who this is because why? Me and this guy go way back in my rapping days. You know, he made that favorite song, "You Can Have Whatever You Like." Yeah, welcome T.I. baby.
Yeah.
What up, Sam?
What up, man? Hey, where my boy at, man? Come on, man. I need you to come on the show, man.
What up,
Come on.
T-30? You
Need
gotta
to
come on
the show.
in, bro.
I'm so tired. I mean, y'all want everything. We had Martin Anderson. You signed Martin Anderson. Gabriel got mad because we didn't want to pay him.
And then he goes to Atlanta.
Of all the places. Joe Hahn he goes to Atlanta. Now look
That's
at
more
you
did it
exec.
too.
Terry Fontenot leaves New Orleans and goes to where? Atlanta.
Yeah,
He takes our
Atlanta.
defensive coordinator with him.
We call it Atlanta.
Everything we got, you want.
Look, hey,
Except
dog.
one thing.
Y'all
Except
still ain't
one
won that,
thing.
except that Super Bowl.
That's right, baby. That's right, baby.
Look,
That Lombardi, baby. Now, listen,
I'm
what
a-
I can do for y'all. This is what you because I love y'all. I do love y'all. I'm talking about you, but I do love you. What I can do for you, I'm gonna make a thumbnail that says World Champion Atlanta Falcons, and all y'all can download that thumbnail and put it on your phones and your laptop and carry it around with you the whole season because that's the closest your ass gonna ever get to winning on board. It ain't happening. I don't know why you're messing with me tonight. I love you, but you're talking to the wrong one.
Yes, Lord.
Talking to the wrong one, baby.
And you're not the only one, dog. They already know they're gonna get some heat from me.
Hey, yo, dope. I'm about to put some more gas on your fire.
Come on, man.
Let us know, Slim.
Shout out to the Atlanta defensive coordinator who leaked out Shador Sanders' phone number. Just give me another reason to troll y'all. Thank you. Keep doing what you're doing, Atlanta. You suck. You will always suck and forever suck. Bottom line.
Yeah,
We
man.
love you.
Look,
We love
hey,
you,
look,
man.
hey, look. I told this to Big Q on his stream Monday night. Shout out to Big Q. I told him, I said, it don't matter if you had a good draft. It ain't gonna change the fact that the Falcons never gonna reach the playoffs. The Falcons will never win a Super Bowl because you know why? Because the Saints are gonna make sure they keep their ass out the playoffs.
Congratulations, Atlanta. Y'all ain't Atlanta. We call you Ain't Atlanta.
Ain't Atlanta.
Ain't
Oh my
Atlanta.
goodness.
Fail can't. Fail
Ain't
longest-
never had and ain't never will.
Black and red, looking like the longest
man.
yellow uniform.
Oh man, say, let me
Look at
shout
the high
out,
school-
man.
look at
Shout
the
out
high
to
school,
Big Low. Big
look at
Low
my high
made the
school color.
video last year like he was a hot boy.
Man.
Remember y'all remember that video?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Y'all them Falcons, huh? Y'all was in that Super Bowl, huh? Y'all was up by 3 or 4 scores, huh? Y'all was celebrating at halftime, huh? Y'all thought for sure y'all had that ring, huh? But then Brady came back and braided that ass, huh? Then y'all put y'all head in the ground like the ostrich, huh? Y'all was trying to figure out how the Saints won, huh? Because y'all ain't who that's, huh? Y'all really want to be who that's, huh? You take our coaches, you take our players, you take our executives, but you still suck, huh? I know you getting better, huh? You like roasting that ass, huh? You want to be like New Orleans, huh? Y'all can't second line like us, huh? I ain't gonna lie, y'all got some badass beasts now, but we got them hot boys and no limit, huh? We real down here just like y'all real up there, huh? Come on, man, I'm gonna stop now because I'm on the road, huh? It ain't even the season, but this fucking fool done started me now. I'm about to go to bed because I got to go to work, huh? I got to make a living, take care of my family, huh? Keeping it real, Who That Sports podcast, huh? Dog Jackson in the house, huh? I'm going off on that ass, huh? You better stop playing with me, huh? Come on, man. Listen here, man. I love y'all. Boy, dog got to go. I love y'all. Listen, to my Falcon fan in here, man. Ain't nothing but love, baby. Love to have fun with you. You can roast my ass, bad. You can roast us bad, baby. Believe me, these last 3.5 years with Dennis Allen gave you nothing but material to roast our ass with. So,
before you leave, dog, there's another thing I want to share to put the icing on the cake.
Yes, sir.
Now they talking about no, y'all need to keep Dennis Allen. We love him. I said, yeah, right. Then he got fired, and then they ran into the Darren Rizzi, and they got their ass. But they talking all that shit, dog. Brought the brooms and everything. Oh, we gonna sweep y'all. Oh, we gonna sweep the A's. We gonna sweep y'all. No, you didn't. You won one. The Saints won one, and that's all I got. That's all I got.
Well,
y'all think y'all really special, huh? Y'all think y'all had it under control, huh? Y'all was gonna win the NFC South, huh? It didn't happen. Nah, it didn't happen.
28-3,
as long as the New Orleans Saints are in this division, the Falcons will never succeed to glory because the Saints going to keep them from going to the playoffs nor the Super Bowl because they suck.
Well, damn.
Gotcha.
And on another thing, that's what I think about them Falcons. And that's all I got.
Hey, hold on now. Hold on. We need to stop roasting the Falcons fan too bad. Then we won't even get more views and likes.
Hey,
and subscribers. They're gonna be hating us. But to answer that question, but to answer our Falcons question, are we gonna make it to the Super Bowl and win one?
Hell no. To the no. Hell to the no.
Never.
We go always rub the Falcons. We go always rub your hoe. The only ring they go see is a ring around your bathtub. That's how dirty you are.
Hey, Slim. Hey, Slim.
What's that, OG?
What that song by Trill Bill and Lil Jon? Never ever get on my level. Get on my level.
That's a banger right there, dude. That's a love banger right there.
That's what I think about the Falcons, bro.
Ever.
That's a jam right there, dog.
That's a jam, but
that's a jam. I ain't gonna lie.
That's a right there, baby.
Oh gosh.
0-2 in the Super Bowl. We got a Lombardi. Y'all don't.
Yep.
The only ring they go see is a ring pop.
Got your ass spanked by 2 teams.
Huh?
That's right.
But look, fellas, Hood, I gotta get out of here, man. I gotta get up in a few hours, man. Go hit this clock, man. But look, man, I love y'all. Appreciate y'all having me on, man.
Appreciate you, dog.
And to the Falcons, man, to all my Falcon fans, Red Stone, my brethren, Cowboy, the host of the Atlanta Falcons Pandemic, part of the Come On In Sports Network, man. I love you, man. Shout out to Big Low.
Yeah,
shout out every Atlanta Falcon podcast, man. Listen, I love y'all. Ain't nothing but love. But y'all still ain't got no ring, huh? Y'all
Thank
hoping
God.
this is real, huh? Y'all happy about
Yeah.
that draft, huh? I ain't gonna lie, y'all had a hell of a draft, huh? But it's on paper, huh? Now, can you put it on the field and make it reality now? I don't really think so now. But I'm gonna leave you with this now. I see you in 2 years when we back in that bowl, huh? I'm out. Y'all have a good night, man.
All right, dog.
All right, dog, huh?
It's the Dog Jackson, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Dog Jackson, huh?
Woo!
Yeah.
The host of the Keeping It Real Who That Sports podcast, huh? The host
Yeah.
of the Come On In Sports Network, huh?
Yeah. You didn't know I had T.I. on the show. You can
didn't
have
know
whatever you like. You didn't know I can rap like Eminem. Yeah, I'm just another white rapper on the bar. You can't handle Hoodie Jew because I'm a Saints fan. Yeah, I'm gonna rub it in your face because you got no ring. Okay, that was sounding weirdly shit as weird. Now it's Logan's turn.
No, I don't rap.
Logan said, "Hey, now."
Nah, I play music
Logan
like
said,
this, bro.
"No."
I play music like this, man. I don't rap.
Yeah, buddy.
He said,
I
"Nope,
definitely
not me.
don't rap.
Not today."
I listen to my rap every day, but
We
I
had to
don't
get
rap. I play instruments, bro.
We had to get him. We had to get him, bro. We had to. Dude, Dog was cooking it. He was stirring up the pot. And then Slim came in and added a little extra and add a little bit of spice to it. I know you know about the Fail guys, bro.
Oh yeah. Forever talk about him, OG. We will forever roast
Roasted
them.
Falcon, baby. Let's go.
You heard him. But by the way, y'all, we've been live 2 hours now. Shout out to all 100 people watching from both channels, you know. They're watching from the Twitter, and you're watching from YouTube as well. I had to meet you again, Sam. Your echo is really bad still. But yeah, shout out to everybody that's watching. I even got it on Facebook. I don't know if we got anybody awake on Facebook on my page. You know, all my people are probably asleep by now. But shout out to everybody that tuned on in. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. Thank y'all for hitting that sub button tonight. We gained a few subs, so if you are new and you haven't subbed yet, hit that sub button. Also, hit the share button as well on Twitter, and repost. You know, the live.
What up, King Neil?
For people can check us out. So we got to get people to check us out. A little bit more. Get this live even bigger. We might have had, I think the other night 100 and I think it was 40 total. Like through both. YouTube and X. So let's get it bigger and better than ever. And everybody, let's all give Logan right here a damn big round of applause, and let's give him a good luck, man, because it sounds like he might be getting his job. We was telling y'all about why he wasn't able to come on Monday. So let's with some good luck, and hopefully he gets what he's the job he's looking for. As well. And thank you.
I'll keep everybody updated. I'll keep everyone updated.
Definitely. You heard him, man. I think you got it, bro. I think you got it. But that's just me. But thank you, T.I., for coming on the show. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's making that noise? Who's making that weird noise in the background?
That's me.
Oh, okay.
That's the applause.
All right. Okay. I was wondering what it was. I'm like, what the heck is that noise? But shout out to everybody. Yeah. You was confused too, huh? But shout out to everybody that came on. Shout out to Dolph. He did leave his link in the chat for y'all, so hit that link to where y'all can sub to his channel as well if you are not subbed yet. Shout out to Sam. Shout out to Jerry. Shout out to T.I. Shout out to Logan. And like I always tell everybody this, I'm over here at Northport Nissan in Covington, so if y'all are looking for a vehicle, hit up your boy. I am definitely going to take good care of y'all, whether you're trading in, whether you're just buying, or whether you're just trying to sell. We got you. We'll take care of you. But all I can say is you might as well come see me, and because you can pick out of me or you can pick out of this salesman right here. It's totally up to you. So please pick your poison. So please pick your poison. Do you want to buy a car from the car, or you rather buy a car from Hoodie? You let me know. You pick your poison. You let me know which one you rather buy from. You rather buy it from me, or you rather buy it from the car man over here. So please make your decision wisely. Please make your decisions wisely. That's all I can say is. But hey, after that, y'all, we always tell everybody who white.
Who that, baby?
Who white?
And thank
Who
God,
that, baby?
And thank God, every day we are not a fail con.
That's right.
Peace.
Thank you.
Yeet.
Run it up, Finero.
Say what and lie. Say what and lie. Say what and lie. Say what and lie. We screaming black and gold. We screaming black and gold. We screaming black and gold. We going to the bowl. We screaming black and gold. We screaming black and gold. We screaming black and gold. Saints going to the Super Bowl, talking black and gold. Young Nolan Hoodie Jew wanna beat me like you know. Chris Alive, AMT down a